I do want to know what is the state of the economy right now. We're going to get a read on it tomorrow with the jobs report, but I want to bring in Trump's senior economic advisor, Steve Calk, who is with us now. Tell me, I know you're a Trump guy, I got that, but what's the true state of the economy right now? How bad is it? Go.
Well, Stuart, as you know, I am America's Main Street guy. I'm not the Wall Street guy. I'm there every day in the street helping people understand what their business needs are, what their home lending needs are, and dealing with the real people of America. And if you think that this anemic 1% or less potentially GDP growth is a representation of an economic recovery, I've got another story to tell you.
So
the simple fact of the matter is
you're saying it's a very weak economy, correct, Steve?
Very weak indeed, and very fragile. Very fragile. What we need is first to obviously ensure that we're a safe country to operate in, that we've got great national security. We need to restore the confidence of American business owners and of American workers. We need to build our middle class by implementing many of the tax policies that Mr. Trump has put forward, including a 15% corporate tax, an opportunity to repatriate foreign profits from our companies, and institute the child care allowance to help middle America, and also get jobs going again. It's really just that simple. We have to reignite our entrepreneurial spirit.
Another Steve on the Trump team, Steve Moore, on this program about 10 days ago, he said, and I'm going to do this, he said you'll get 4% growth in each of the next 5 years with the Trump tax cuts. You on board with that? Because that is a boom and a half.
Look, it's very, very exciting, and I think that American leaders, especially business leaders and small business people, are literally waiting. They're sitting on the edge of their seats for the right opportunity, not just to buy stock back and create better dividends, but to really invest in the growth of their businesses. They want real leadership in the White House. They want to make sure that we've got a confident economy.
Those are political talking points. You tell me, are we going to get, and I'll do it again, 4% growth in each of the next 5 years if we get the Trump economic plan into deter? That's the story. Is it 4% for 5 years? Is it?
I think that's a very, very real possibility, and I think it has to happen through the right leadership and the right tax policy.
What happens to the deficit if we do that?
If GDP increases? What happens to the deficit?
4% growth for 5 years. What happens to the deficit?
Look, at the end of the day, what we want to do is get the 47% of non-tax-paying Americans back to work, increase that tax base, increase business so that taxes are being paid into the pot, pay those bills, reduce the deficit, and get our country back on track again. Now, the recipe, Stuart, is not that hard. It's taking the action, the decisive action that a real leader will take.
Now, you say that you're not a Wall Street guy, you're a Main Street guy. What do you do on Main Street?
Well, as you know, I'm a big community banker. We're one of the largest federally chartered bank home lenders in America. We spend the vast majority of our time educating first-time home buyers on the opportunities of home ownership, and then show them how to responsibly acquire and then borrow the money and pay that money back for home loans across America. Of course, we also do all types of other lendings as a safe and sound lending as a federally chartered bank, including small business loans, commercial loans, construction loans, things like that as well.
Okay, I want to see you do it. Are we going to get 4% growth in each of the next 5 years if we put the Trump plan into action?
In full effect, I believe we will. I believe that we can do it as Americans.
I'm just trying to chalk up the number of Steves I can get on board with 4% growth for each of the next 5 years.
Well, you got 4 more to go that are senior economic advisors. So best of luck with that. But it's going to be up to the American people. And with great leadership, we can make it happen.
Steve Calk, thanks very much for joining us, Steve. We'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank you.